Hello, students, counselors, and family. Welcome to the Urban Assembly Virtual College Fair. We appreciate you taking time out of your day to join us, so thank you for being here. A few housekeeping announcements before we get started. You can use the Q&A button on your screen to type your questions to our presenters at any time. Your camera and microphone will be turned off so the panelists cannot see or hear you. This is just one of multiple different sessions happening this morning, so please be sure you can sign up for additional ones for after this. The presentation is also being recorded and will be available within about a week at the same website where you registered. So with that being said, I'm going to turn it over to our first presenter, and that is SUNY Oswego.
Hi, good morning, everyone. My name is Emmanuel Cruz. Everyone calls me Manny, and my pronouns are he, him, or his. And I'm actually the admissions counselor here that works with students in the New York City metro area. So quickly, a little bit about SUNY Oswego. SUNY Oswego is the 6th largest state university campus in the SUNY system. We are located 5 hours north of New York City, right outside Syracuse, New York. We have over 130 majors and programs to choose from, with over 20% of our students being undeclared undecided, which is great because we are primarily a liberal arts and science college. So students are able to come to Oswego with a lot of passions and interests and kind of match the learning to what they want as part of their educational experience. Even though we're one of the larger state university campuses, you find that we have all the opportunities of a smaller school and still have that big campus feel. A lot of research opportunities, a lot of opportunities to engage your faculty throughout your 4 years at SUNY Oswego. Study abroad is a major component of our college experience. 60% of all students at Oswego take advantage of a study abroad program, with 20% of students taking advantage of them every single year. So you could go anywhere in the world. As part of our residential college experience, over 96% of our students stay on campus over the weekend. So there's a lot of clubs and organizations to support you in your transition and actually make sure that you're being involved. A lot of athletic activities, a lot of opportunities to have those traditional college experiences. But since we are considered the most residential state university campus in the SUNY system, you'll find that we have over 14 residential communities, the opportunity to actually live and partake in our dining experience, where we have 5 dining halls serving an unlimited dining experience for our students to enjoy throughout their 4 years on campus. In terms of the layout of our campus, we are right on the shores of beautiful Lake Ontario. So beautiful sunset, a lot of recreational space actually for students to take advantage of. In terms of our community of welcome, it's really a diverse community, with 40% of our students being underrepresented or diverse. Also, I think part of this campus community and building our community, it's not necessarily about bringing students of color onto our campus, but also making sure that you are being represented and you're feeling as part of our campus community. So about a third of our faculty and staff on our campus identifies members of Alana or are part of the LGBT community or identify with a religious other than Christian group. So we do make a lot of strides to ensure that students are actually being involved, being represented, and that they feel that they are part of our campus community. 95% of our graduates are employed or go on to graduate school. And I think a big part of this experience at Oswego is essentially the support programs that you're receiving to ensure that you're going to be successful while you're a student at Oswego and beyond your time at Oswego. So when you're enrolled at Oswego, you're assigned a personal career strategist who's going to help you find out what are your strengths, what are your passions, and navigate that college experience for you. In terms of our costs, we are reasonably well priced. We are a SUNY school, so our total cost for in-state students is $23,000 a year. This includes your tuition, your room, board, and fees. We're lucky that we are a unique campus that has a guarantee program where your room and board expenses are locked in for the entire time you're a student at Oswego. So there's never an increase to this room and board expense at Oswego. We do offer very generous scholarships, and for this fall, for our graduating seniors, you do not need to submit test scores for admission, so an 87 or better makes you eligible for one of our merit scholarships. 45% of our students at Oswego graduate debt-free, so we do see a large population of our students receiving some institutional and need-based financial aid. In order to qualify for a need-based, you do need to submit that FAFSA, so the free application for federal student aid is available, and it started on October 1st. So if you need any help or support, feel free to reach out to the financial aid office for support. Admissions, we're on Common App and SUNY App, both equal, use whatever you feel more comfortable using. It is a holistic process, meaning that we're looking at everything. So we want to see that personal statement. We want to see the strength for high school curriculum. And again, we are test optional. We do have a program called EOP, which is a support program to support our students going through this college process. So if you need, if you're interested in the Education Opportunity Program, just realize that you do need to participate in a mandatory summer program in order to enroll at Oswego. So students applying for the Opportunity Program, just make sure you check off EAS for EOP. And then again, we are here to support you. I am your admissions counselor. Please reach out to me with any questions or concerns that you may have throughout this entire process. And I yield my time to my colleague over at Utica College.
Thank you so much, Emmanuel, and we are passing it over to Utica.
Hi, everyone. My name is Anna Ragno. I am Associate Director of Admissions here at Utica College. I'll just briefly go over some of our quick facts and information about Utica. Utica is a small school, about 3,000 undergrad students, 5,000 overall. You can see here that we have an 11-to-1 student to faculty ratio, and our average class size is about 20 students. What's cool about Utica is we do offer 16 of the top 20 most in-demand majors in the country. So we have a lot of what students are looking for, which is really great. We do have 26 intercollegiate sports, Division III, and about a third of our students are athletes on our campus. So it is a big portion of our student body here. And what's really nice is our faculty are really accommodating for those students. Unfortunately, this fall, we are not participating in sports. They have been yielded to the spring, hopefully, but we'll see how that goes as well. These are some of our most popular and innovative majors that we have. So we have some really unique ones and some that have higher standards than our general admission, like physical therapy, occupational therapy, and nursing. So those would be our more competitive programs. And then general admission, we look for, about an 85 GPA. And like Manny mentioned, most colleges are going test optional. We are part of that as well. We actually always have been. So what's great about Utica is that we do not require any SAT scores or ACT scores for even those competitive programs or HEOP as well. Here I did include a fee waiver for anybody who is interested in applying. We have our own web-based application or the Common App. I do encourage the Common App because it does sync with Naviance. So if your school uses Naviance to upload documents, it's the most seamless way to apply to UC. These are some of our deadlines. So early decision, if you visited campus and you're really committed to Utica, you can apply early decision committing to the college by November 1st. So that's just a few days away. Early action, we have early action 1 and 2, and we are enrolling a regular decision. I do want to mention that for PT, OT, and nursing, our deadline is January 15th for those as well. We require the high school transcript, an essay, letter of recommendation, and as I mentioned, we are SAT or ACT optional. And this is some information for OT, PT, and nursing. I'd be happy to share my personal contact information in the chat as well. So if anybody does want to reach out and has questions, I'd be more than happy to help with that. So for financial aid, 95% of our students receive some sort of financial aid from us, and we do offer merit scholarships that range from $500 to $7,500 and more. We do even have some full tuition scholarships that if you're invited back to our Scholars Day, you could interview for, so that is a great opportunity for our students. We also partner with Raise Me and then our Scholars Day event that also has some major specific scholarships. So this is our total cost of attendance here. So our tuition is a little over 21,000, room and board is 12, and we have some fees. So our total cost before any scholarships or financial aid is a little bit over $34,000. And as I mentioned, 95% of our students receive some sort of financial aid from us. And if you're TAP and Pell eligible, this brings down the cost tremendously and makes it a very affordable college. We do have on-campus housing, and if you're not from our immediate area, we do have a 2-year housing agreement that you have to sign and be a part of our campus community. We have transfer housing as well, and we actually just created a new housing option for our upperclassmen. That's called Pioneer Village, and that's full apartments too. I mentioned athletics. We have 26 Division III sports and 30 intramural sports. We are #1 in hockey attendance for over the last 10 years. We have our hockey program that performs downtown, the same place that the AHL, the Utica Comets, performs at. I mentioned some new places on campus. We do have our Pioneer Village, which is the housing, Thurston Hall, which is for construction management, our new athletic center, the Sports Dome. We renovated our dining commons. We have a new business downtown center, and coming in a few years, we do have our new science complex, which is amazing because we actually just announced yesterday that we received a $2.8 million donation that is going to fully fund our innovative science research institute, which is really, really exciting. It's going to be specifically for our health science students. Some of the things to do, Utica is a city, so it's a small city. There are things to do there. So it's not like, even though we're upstate New York, we're not in the middle of nowhere. We're right in between Albany and Syracuse. From New York City, it's about 3.5 hours. There's lots to do. We've got probably between our surrounding areas about 300 places to eat, and lots of dining and shopping areas. It's very easy to get to our campus as well. From the city, you've got Amtrak, which is probably the quickest public transportation mode, but there are buses that you can use, and we are about 45 minutes from Syracuse. So if you were to fly, it's about a 45-minute flight. It's really, really quick. And if you have any questions, you feel free to contact us. As I mentioned, I will be providing my information in the chat too, but this is our general admissions webpage. And I will hand it over.
Thank you very much, Anna. Next up, we're going to go to Marist College.
Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for having me today. My name is Megan Fergus. I am the New York City Territory Admissions Counselor here at Marist. I am a recent Marist alum. I just graduated in the spring of 2020. While at Marist, I received my undergrad degree in psychology and special education. I was a 4-year starter here on our volleyball team, and now I'm one of our football assistant coaches as well. So that's a little bit about me, a little bit about where we're located. We're located in Poughkeepsie, New York, so we're about an hour and a half away from the city. If you want to come in by train, we're about 90 minutes on the train, and we're about 1 mile away from the train station. So the city is definitely super accessible to all of our students. Here are some views of our campus. We are located in the city of Poughkeepsie, but we really do pride ourselves on scenery. Since we are located right on the Hudson River, we really wanted to take advantage of all of the views that the river in the Hudson Valley does present. So we made sure to orient almost all of our buildings toward the river, so it's so nice to look out of your academic buildings as well as your residential halls and see the gorgeous view of the Hudson Valley. Here are some of our demographics. We have just over 1,000 undergraduate students, and we have over 40 different majors for them to choose from. We also have graduate programs as well, and a handful of those are dual degree certifications, which means you're able to come in and receive your bachelor's and master's in 5 years. Our student population is made up of students from 47 out of the 50 states, 64 countries, and 24% of our students are racially or ethnically diverse. So when you come to Marist, you're not only learning from the professors, we are also learning from the students as well. We are a mixed institution, so we have the ability to have small and intimate class sizes. Our average class size at Marist is from 20 to 25 students, and we've placed a cap at 35 students, so you're never going to be in a class larger than 35 students. We have a very high residential rate here at Marist. 96% of our first-year students live on campus, and about 70% of our students stay on campus all 4 years they're here with us. And just to touch on our success rate, we do have a higher graduation rate than both of our competitors at 83%, and 98% of recent graduates are either employed or attending grad school within 6 months of graduation. Here's a full compiled list of all of our programs of study. As I mentioned, we have over 40 majors, but we have over 90 programs of study. The difference between that 40 and that 90 are going to be your minors and your concentrations. We're a liberal arts institution here at Marist, so we really want to make sure we are giving students that well-rounded education. Each student is required to take a core curriculum that gives them a little taste of what different academic programs are like. So if someone is their most popular major, undecided, you can take all of those core curriculum classes and then declare your major at the end of your sophomore year. All of our classes at Marist are centered around theory and practice, and we really wanted to make sure we were giving students that hands-on learning experience right from their freshman year. Internships are highly encouraged and a crucial part of your Marist experience. 83% of our students have one internship before they graduate. Since they are so highly encouraged, we have a number of different resources to help students land the perfect internship for them. We have an internship coordinator in each academic school. We also have a Center for Career Development, which can help you with your cover letter, your resume, and they even do mock interviews. Another crucial part of your Marist experience is research. Again, not required, just highly encouraged. A number of our students will research at one of our research facilities that we have on campus, or students also have the opportunity to research close to professors. Another program we have is a study abroad program. Our study abroad program is actually ranked 3rd in the nation. We have over 70 established destinations, and 50% of students do study abroad. We have 3 different options for study abroad. You can do a semester-long program, a short-term program, or a first-year program. So if you're interested in broadening your education overseas, you definitely have opportunity as well. Just a little bit about our student activities life. We want to provide our students a number of different things for them to do. We have over 80 different clubs and organizations, and we are a Division I college here at Marist. We have 23 Division I sports, and really anything you could want in club sports and intramurals. There's also a ton of different activities happening in the local Hudson Valley, and we have a local bus system that's free to all Maristans. So if you wanted to go for an adventure but didn't have transportation, you still have the opportunity as well. Here are a couple deadlines to be made aware of: November 15th, February 1st, and March 1st. This year, our regular decision deadline will be going out on a rolling basis since we have pushed it back a month to March 1st. Below, see a couple numbers. Those are not a requirement. It's just an average of our admitted students each year. And then you'll see your average SAT and ACT scores with a little asterisk next to it because we are test optional here at Marist. We've been test optional for over a decade. It's not something that's new to us. We as the admissions department know there's so much more story than just the test score. So when we're looking for students to be enrolled in our incoming class, we're taking a holistic approach and looking at the strength of their high school curriculum, as well as their extracurricular activities and their leadership qualities. And we know everything in the world is ever changing by the day, but the best way to experience Marist is to come and visit us. We are open 7 days a week to visitors. If you're at all interested, we're encouraging as many students as possible to come onto campus and take a visit with us. I'll be putting a couple links in the chat, and one will be to our visit options. And then here is my contact information. Since I am the New York City Territory Admissions Counselor, if you have any further questions, you are welcome to email me directly, as I will be your point of contact as we move through this admissions process. So that's all I have for you today, and I will hand it back over. Thanks, Kelsey.
Thank you very much. And we're going to move on to our 4th college, and that is Nazareth College. And just a reminder, students, please feel free to utilize that Q&A feature for any questions you have for all of our admissions counselors. They'd be more than happy to help.
Hi everybody, how's it going? My name is Kristen Wood. I'm an admissions counselor at Nazareth College. I'm also a double alum of the college. So I got my undergraduate degree here in 2011, came back and got my master's in 2016. I love to kind of half joke that I found a way to stay at Nazareth forever in admissions because I love it so much here. Nazareth is located in Rochester, New York. We're actually located in a beautiful suburb here. There's tons of gorgeous nature, but then we also have the best of both worlds because we have so many restaurants, concerts, shopping, all available here to our students in Rochester. The average class size here at Nazareth is 18. So you'll never be sitting in a huge lecture hall. You're never just one of the numbers. There's a lot of interaction and conversation in all of our classrooms. Our professors are very accessible. We have students here from all across the United States. In our freshman class, we have students from California, Texas, Wisconsin, but then also all across the Northeast and New York State as well. And then the rest of the slide is just kind of some fast facts and statistics about Nazareth. We actually have a little over 2,000 undergraduate students here on campus with us. And actually 100% of our incoming freshmen last year received financial aid. So here are the pillars of a Nazareth College education. The first one being academic passion. So our students are here at Nazareth studying what they love and what they're really excited about. We have more than 60 majors and 80 minors, which is actually more than any other college our size. So we are a purposely small school, but that doesn't mean that we lack in options and choices for our students. A lot of our students will do a double major or they'll add a minor. The next pillar is our Center for Life's Work. So this office encompasses career services, all of our many internship opportunities, and all of our civic engagement opportunities. So it's sort of like a one-stop shop for all of these different offerings. All of our students also work with a career coach, starting right in your freshman year, going all the way through to senior year. They're all major specific. They'll help you with things like how to set up your dream internship, how to apply to graduate school. What are some interview tips? To really make sure that you're as prepared as possible when you leave Nazareth to go out and start your career and really be successful. Next, we have our Uncommon Core. We have a bit of a unique approach here at Nazareth. We really try to combine your academic learning with your hands-on experiential learning. And then the final pillar is global citizenship. So it is our hope that by the time all of our students graduate, they're really knowledgeable of the world around them and really able to work and thrive in diverse and ever-changing environments. So we have tons of study abroad opportunities for our students. We also offer international internships. We have 3 language immersion houses on our campus. Okay, so for athletics, we are Division III. We also have tons of intramural opportunities. We have dance classes, yoga classes, other fitness classes. We also opened the brand new Golisano Training Center that has indoor track, indoor fitness equipment, indoor courts, and indoor turf field as well. We have tons of opportunities for students who are interested in the arts and performing arts. We do have an audition process and portfolio review process for those students interested. And then we also have more than 50 clubs here on our campus. So those can be based around major, psychology club, physical therapy club, but then a lot of them are really just for fun as well. And then lastly, I just want to share our deadlines with you all. So we are an early decision school and we have 2 options for those. And then we also have a regular decision as well. And at this point, I'm going to turn it over to my colleague, Tanya Guzman, who is the director in our Student Access and Achievement programs.
Thanks, Kristen. Well, good morning. It's unfortunate I can't see you all, but happy to be here. As Kristen said, my name is Tanya Guzman, and I am Director of Student Access and Achievement Programs at Nazareth College. Student Access and Achievement Programs, also referred to as SAAP, is housed under Community and Belonging. Community and Belonging is a division that has a commitment, a very strong commitment to diversity and inclusion. We actually have a new president, and she is not just talking the talk, but walking the walk, where diversity, retention, recruitment, important to her. She supports activism, and we couldn't be more happy to have her on board. So SAAP is housed under CMB, which also houses our Center for Spirituality. We are considered interfaith, so we welcome all faiths to Nazareth College. We also have our Office of Diversity and Inclusive Excellence Department, which is also housed under Community and Belonging. So how do you afford college? College is not cheap. So we have programs, and that's part of my job, to help students afford college. HEOP is open to every student regardless of ethnicity and by your household income. Someone mentioned there's a summer program that is required for all students who are in the HEOP program, and no matter what college you go to. But what's great about that is you get to meet other students prior to coming to school. We also have a Young Scholars Program. So our Young Scholars Program is for underrepresented students who have maintained an A average all throughout high school, all 4 years. If you are accepted into the Young Scholars Program, your tuition is totally paid for 100% all 4 years of college. So that is something to keep in mind. You can also get more information on our website. We also have a first generation initiatives program, and that is for students who are first generation students. So we are happy to support you. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to contact us. Thank you.
Thank you very much. We're going to move on to our 5th college, and that is Skidmore College.
Hello, everyone. My name is Xavier McKenzie. I'm one of the assistant directors as well as the coordinator for diversity initiatives here at Skidmore College. We're a small private liberal arts institution. We have about 2,600 students total. So not too big, not too small. Small enough that if you find a good group of friends, it's not hard to weed them out from the rest. But large enough that if you get tired of them, there are hundreds of new students you can introduce yourself to. We have an 8-to-1 student faculty ratio, so the average class size is about 15 to 16 students, which means you aren't fighting for the attention of your professors. They work as second parents, best friends. They're there for academic support and social and emotional support. So if you've ever seen Boy Meets World, everyone gets their own personal Feeney experience. If you've ever seen Mean Girls, I like to describe the professors as the Gretchen Wieners, so the students Regina Georges. If both those references go over your head, just know that that friend that you have now that blows up your phone with text messages, calls, you find strange notes in your lockers or book bags, it's pretty much how professors operate. So it's not rare to see a professor out to lunch with a student. In fact, faculty members will invite entire classes to their homes, where they'll have a group discussion, most notably a free meal. And I don't know about anybody here, but usually when free food's involved, I'm not asking questions. You don't got to tell me twice. I'm just there. So if you have that same habit, I think it's going to be a great environment for you. Being a liberal arts institution, we have a variety of different majors and minors to choose from, a combination of over 60 total. It's just like Burger King, you can have it your way. You can get as specific as you want in terms of what you want to study. And you have until the end of your sophomore year to declare a major. Over 60% of our students double major, double minor. We're also one of those schools where students can triple minor. It's not as common, but students love having the option. So we try as much as possible to get you out of your comfort zone, to get you to explore, to grow, but we just want to make sure that you explore all the options available to you before you decide on what you want to study. In terms of where we're located, Saratoga Springs, New York, it's about 3 hours from the city. If you get on the Amtrak, it'll take you about 3 or 4 episodes of Supernatural to get here. I think that we have a nice balance between city and outdoor life. To the left of the campus is the North Woods. So you got 150 acres of explorable land. You can hike, you can camp, you can run the trails. In the winter, you can pick up skiing. I think it's important to note that we've lost no students to the North Woods. I'm just gonna knock on wood. So you don't have to worry about what happens when a full moon shows. We do have ghosts. They haunt a fair amount of our ambassadors, so just be prepared when you get up here. To the right of the campus, either a 2 to 3 minute drive or a 15-minute walk is the heart of Saratoga Springs. And the best way I can describe it is New York City's Times Square, minus the angry people and skyscrapers. So you don't have to worry about making eye contact or having strangers that are way too nice to interact with. It's really amicable community. And we find that the students in the town get along really well. We're a tourist city. We house the oldest racetrack in the country for horse races. So over the summer, our population will jump from about 30,000 to about 100,000. And great thing is that when all those visitors leave, all the restaurants, coffee shops, juice bars, movie theaters, bowling alleys that was available to our visitors are available to our students year round. So there's always something to do in Saratoga Springs, whether it's going to visit Congress Park or Saratoga State Park, or even going to the Saratoga Performing Arts Center, which is a giant concert hall where we've had many performers over the past couple summers come and perform. So you would definitely have an opportunity to live in a positive light, a double life. When you're off campus, you actually feel like you're off campus. And when you're on campus, you feel the great community at Skidmore. We have no Greek life at Skidmore. We're built up with different clubs and organizations. That's how we come together. We have 120 and counting, including 6 a cappella groups, a bunch of comedic and improv groups. We have a campus-wide week-long event called Humans vs. Zombies, which is open to students, faculty, and staff. So if there's ever a time when you're on campus and you find that professors are hiding in trees and bushes, being hunted down by students with Nerf guns, just assume that that's a natural occurrence on campus. We have a lot of programs for our students to get connected, to get integrated. We're really a amicable community. It's one of the few places I know where students are dressed between the 60s to the present day, where squirrels have their own Instagram profiles, where the newsletter is a meme page, where you could be walking towards any building on campus and there's a student or a faculty member that's ahead of you that'll hold open the door for you. Even if you're half a mile away and now have to do a fake light jog to make it seem like everything's okay, and they're telling you to take your time, but you're already out of breath. But just a really great community, especially for our first generation students. We have about 25% of students of color on campus and 10% international. We got a newly elected president who's recently enacted a racial justice initiative to help highlight resources and opportunities for marginalized students on campus. We meet 100% of full need. So when students apply to the college, they don't need grades. They just have to fill out the FAFSA and the CSS profile. And we generate how much you can contribute and we match the rest. Simply put, the school costs $50,000. You can only contribute $10,000. We match the rest with scholarships, grants, work study opportunities, and if necessary, student loans. Thank you very much. My name is Xavier McKenzie again. If you have any further questions, I'm more than happy to answer them.
Thank you very much, Xavier. And we are going to move on to our last college for the day, and that is Moyne College. And students, just remember, please ask your questions in the Q&A now.
How you doing, everyone? Good morning. My name is Quade Lavelle, or just Q. I am joined by my colleague, Mary Walsh. We are your Metro New York regional counselors. Between the two of us, we cover all the 5 boroughs in the Metro New York area. I myself am a graduate of Lemoyne, where I graduated with a degree in psychology in 2016, along with being involved in a few different clubs and activities on campus. Lemoyne is the youngest of the Jesuit colleges located in the suburbs of Syracuse, New York. Just about 10 minutes from the downtown area of Syracuse, our campus is on a hilltop known as the Heights. We have guaranteed housing for all 4 years, as we home 2,800 undergraduate students and 800 graduate students, most of whom live on our residential campus. Our previous incoming class was the 4th largest in Lemoyne's history that included a very diverse group of students, along with first generation students. We also have an HEOP and a HANA program for students that meet the financial and academic requirements. With a college community that is diverse on many levels, the Lemoyne student appreciates a comprehensive liberal arts education that prepares you for specific career paths through popular majors on our campus, such as business, biology, nursing, legal studies, psychology, and even education. Many students are interested in studying abroad as well, and at Lemoyne, students' opportunity to study abroad is virtually unlimited. In addition to a world-class learning and career opportunities, students will find a warm and welcoming college atmosphere with a vibrant and engaging social scene. We are Division II in all our athletics, and we house our own performing arts theater on campus. Lemoyne is also sponsored by events and activities, as we have over 80 different clubs and organizations on our campus.
Thank you, Q. So my name is Mary Walsh, and Q and I, as we mentioned, we're both the regional recruitment for all of the New York City area, which means that we're based just north of the city. We are working with students and families. So I'm going to talk to you briefly about the application process at Lemoyne. All of my colleagues have talked about a holistic application review, and that's something that Lemoyne is also practicing. As a Jesuit institution, our philosophy is to educate the whole student, mind, body, and spirit. So throughout the application process, we're also reviewing the whole student. On average, or at first, I'll just let you know that we are test optional fully for all of our programs. That includes nursing, physician's assistant, occupational therapy, and our HEOP program. We look for students that really want to challenge themselves in their application. And what we like to see is students that are well-rounded and curious. Students are typically applying to Lemoyne with, I would say, a solid B, B+ GPA, and you can see a little bit about what that might be as far as a letter and a numerical grade. When we're reviewing students' applications, we're also reviewing for merit scholarship. So the stronger the student is, the higher their merit scholarship can be at Lemoyne. And this is a significant discount for students in the Lemoyne tuition. 95% of the students that are at Lemoyne are not paying the full tuition. So if you are applying to institutions, it's okay to talk to your admissions counselors about what kind of merit scholarship would be offered and just what the different financial aid offerings would be. So students are receiving need-based financial aid as well as merit financial aid, and there's no separate application for the merit awards. You'll look and see about the deadline. So we are on the common application. Lemoyne does not charge an application fee to apply. You can get the application from Lemoyne's website, and we also offer our own Dolphin application as well. Any student that is accepted to Lemoyne will receive an automatic Promise New York scholarship, which is a $10,000 scholarship over 4 years. It's Lemoyne's pledge to the student, as well as it's also a pledge of a mentor, an internship, and a job interview upon graduation. So there's a great commitment that Lemoyne makes to the student, not just in the college search process, but throughout the 4 years and beyond. During the application process, we want you to know that we understand all of the challenges that all of you have gone through in the past 8 months. And that's something Lemoyne and all of the colleagues here are certainly taking great consideration in that as well. We want to get to know you through the application process. So it's important for you to advocate for yourself and seek opportunities where you can connect with your college admissions representatives and the college as well. We want to get to know your personality, and it's really important for you to get to know the personality of the colleges that you're applying to. There are virtual tours, information sessions, college fairs. Seek those opportunities out through your high school counselors, and also connect with us, because that's something that it's never been easier to do that. The other thing that I'm just going to do is to invite you to an open house. If you have the ability to scan the QR code, you can certainly go ahead and register for an open house. And that's a great opportunity for you as well, to get a flavor for what the college offers from faculty members as well as current students. So I know that we're closing in on the end, and thank you very much.
Thank you very much to both of you. I did see one question before we wrap up. I'm going to pose to all of our panelists really quick. So if everyone wants to unmute themselves in the order that you guys presented. The question was from a student that was asking if you are test optional or not. So if you guys just want to quickly answer your testing policy for this year before we finish up, that'd be great. We can start. We'll start with Lemoyne since you guys are on, and then I'll kind of go around as people pop their cameras on.
So Lemoyne is completely test optional, and that's something that we've always been test optional, with the exception of our direct entry special programs in the health sciences, and that would include nursing as well as occupational therapy and physical therapy. So we understand the difficulty all students have had in having access to the test score. So we're completely test optional.
And then I guess we'll go in backwards order. So we'll go to Skidmore College.
Yes, Skidmore College is test optional. You are not required to submit your SAT or ACT scores.
Thank you. How about Marist?
Yep, we are test optional as well. We've been test optional for over a decade. And when you are accepted to Marist, you're accepted to the school as a whole. So you don't need to apply for one specific major.
Great. How about Nazareth College?
Yes, we are test optional. So we are test optional for every major except for our nursing program, but we have waived that for this year as well because students have been struggling to get access to the SAT or ACT. We do have 2 partnership programs with LECOM Medical School, and then we have partnerships with different law schools. So they like to see test scores for that, but we don't have to provide that immediately this year because of the trouble with access.
Great, thank you. How about Utica College?
So we're the same. We are test optional except for PT, OT, nursing, but again, we are waiving those for this year as well. And we have transitioned our HEOP program to test optional, which is really exciting, and that's going to be going forward. We also have agreements with LECOM Medical and other joint health programs. Same thing as Nazareth. We do not require the programs to be admitted into our school, but those schools do require them to be admitted into the direct entry. So it depends on, for Utica, we do not need them, but those medical programs do.
Great, and we'll finish with SUNY Oswego.
SUNY Oswego is test optional. The entire state university system is test optional for this spring application term for those seniors who are graduating early, also for the fall of 2021 and for the following spring as well. So for 3 terms, and it's up for discussion for the following school year as well.
Great, thank you very much. Hopefully that answers the question. I figured all the students, it would be good to reiterate that. So students, counselors, families, panelists, thank you all so much for joining us today. When everyone closes out of this window, there will be a link to a very quick 4-question survey, and we'd appreciate any feedback you can provide. Just remember, this was one of multiple sessions happening this morning, so feel free to check out those additional sessions. In about a week, you'll be able to find today's sessions recording as well as all the other sessions recordings on the website in which you registered. So thank you all for taking time out of your day, and thank you panelists. We really appreciate you being here, and I hope everyone has a great day.